can you believe all this is for one watch? Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. TINWOO is back with us, and with its special watch comes the option for a special wireless charger and accessory bands as well. We're going to dive into this after I show you it's available from Amazon. Well, let me put it in perspective. While I'm filming this, it's already sold out. But they're restocking the U.S. warehouse, so you can get it quickly when you order through Amazon. It's 40mm wireless charging, Bluetooth, do-it-yourself clock faces, 5ATM waterproof. Oh my gosh, a lot going on here, and a really decent price, around $40. No wonder they sold out. So when you're watching this, they have them in stock. Again, I don't know for how long. Let's go through the basics for this one. It's got blood oxygen, heart rate. It's got sleep fitness tracker. It's relatively small, so it works for kids and women as well. 1.09 inch full circular display, stainless steel frame. A lot of S's there. TPU strap. It's durable scratch resistance, 10 built-in clock faces, and 38 faces in the cloud. And you can read the rest of that there. It's got smart support for GPS positioning when you're connected to the app and the phone, so you can get your track with you, but you have to have your phone along as well and have them all kind of connected together. It can read text messages for you directly from your phone. You can, of course, do Facebook and Twitter and WhatsApp and anything that you haven't been banned from, right? That's the new norm, is getting banned from these services. Long battery and waterproof. It's great. 200 milliamp hour battery should give you a week of usage. And another one of these 5ATM waterproof watches. That means you definitely can swim with it. Stay out of hot water though, okay? And I'm talking about the watch. You do whatever you want with your life. Supports 10 kinds of sports: race, walking, running, mountain climbing. You see the list there. And it'll support basic Android and iOS for tethering. And you can look for TINWOO Pro as the tethering app, which we'll check out as well. Let's dive into the heavier box, because I got a feeling, yeah, that's the one with the watch in it. Nice presentation package with plastic cover in here, and all the parts are shown. There's the watch module itself. There's the charger, which is a 4-pin, 2-pin, 1-pin. It's a 2-pinner this time, and it'll connect pretty easily, hold the watch. Of course, I don't have the straps on it, but they're not going to be that heavy. Definitely, you're going to want to take off all the covers that it has on it, like that one and that one. And then you've got your choice of bands. Now, this is the black. Wow, very, very smooth TPU band. They sent along a couple of other ones. We're going to put them on and show you throughout the video so you get an idea what it looks like with different bands as well. And way underneath here is a little user's manual. And it looks like the whole thing is in English. Wow, from Amazon and in English. This is getting good. Quick install guide. Simple stuff you got to do. This is how you do the connection and tethering to the watch, or the watch to the phone, with the TINWOO Pro app. It's nice to see they've got their own custom app aligned with their watch. A lot of time the watches are made and then they try to pair it with somebody else's app, and it doesn't quite go together all the time the way they planned. We'll see how well it does on this one, if the app and the watch hum together great. There's some more basics for the quick start and the watch strap installation. Super simple. And there's a full user's manual. Great. Just scan that QR code with your phone. Oh, you're watching YouTube on your phone? Well, maybe it's down at the bottom. Or scan it with your computer. Yeah, you got a camera on your computer. Anyway, that'll take you over, and you can take a look at the full user's manual as well, because all they did was ship the quick one. Obviously, we need to assemble this thing and charge it up. Be right back. But Mr. Ticks, you missed the box. I do that on Christmas morning. It drives everybody nuts. Hey, you forgot to open one. Oh, yeah, now is way in the back of the tree. That's usually the most fun one. All right, we're opening it already. Here you go. Whoa! Really? For that itty bitty watch, we're going to charge it with this thing? Okay, something tells me this might work for phones, your toaster, your microwave. You can use it as a whoopee cushion. Well, there's where the USB-C, the new kind, connector plugs in. This is sweet. I'm going to have to try a phone and see if it'll charge the phone. Wow. Okay. We'll charge the watch on that one. Anything else in here? Yeah, there's a little bitty user's manual. I'm showing you all these components because they are all separately available on Amazon. You might just want the charger, who knows? Yeah, look, they're putting a phone on it. So you can charge your phone, your watch, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever you like. It'll work. All right, now we'll check out the watch. Oh man, I am smitten over this watch. This is really a cool watch. This is a watch I would buy. Honestly, by the time I'm done with my reviews, I have a gut feel. If I were going to buy a watch, would I buy this one? Not too many really make the cut when you have a bunch of them, but I would buy this one. Check out the bezel on it, and have you noticed that the screen is on and not going off? It has always on screen if you want. It's great. It's got some options I've never seen before in screen or face selection. Let's dive into it. I'm going to take it off. By the way, look at that TINWOO right on the buckle. Very, very good attention to quality. First off, that's the black band. Let's switch bands, show you a different one. How about pink? Sure enough, same kind of band. Really nice. TINWOO on the buckle. And, of course, it would look awesome on. Let's dive into this watch. It is locked up. It is off for all practical purposes, but it's off, on, and always on screen. And one of my favorites, time, date. Look at that. You've got the temperature and humidity in your area. You've got sunrise, sunset. You've got step count, distance, step count, and calories burned together with the time. Wonderful face. And this is in the lowest setting. You saw me touch the knob? That unlocked it. Now I have access to anything I want. But the watch will never go off in this mode. I can come up here and you see I've got it in this battery saver mode here. I can turn that off. Hello, he says. Oh, I know why it won't go off, because we're in the always on screen mode. So it's giving maximum power to the screen and diminishing the other things. So we're going to have to turn that off first to play with the rest of this stuff. We'll get back to that then. You see it timed out, went back to a black screen. New, went back to the screen of choice. You get any of these screens that you want in here. Touched it again. Come over here. I've got basic step count stuff, and that's all. It'd be nice if it had a few more cards on it, but it doesn't. Go this way, and now I get into all of my different apps. There's 4 here, and settings. So we're going to go into settings. We are going to go first into here and change it from always on mode to, we can have a 10-second timeout, a 5-second timeout, or pretty much just quickly on and off. Because we're doing a review, I'm going to make it 10 seconds, and we'll leave it at that. You notice everything brightened up and got significantly brighter. There we are in full brightness. You can hardly even see the icons. I'm going to tune it down and down and down, and that's the mode you saw us start with. You can still see this outside in bright sunlight if you got your back to the sun. Not sun shining directly on the screen, but you can in that mode for sure see it out in any light. But the ambient mode is like that. I'm going to take it up. Nah, that's just too bright for the review. We're going to leave it at the lowest setting. But now and by the way, you don't swipe. You have to hit that arrow and then you swipe. But now I have control, not the text messages. That's usually, this is up there. It's on the bottom here. Now I have control over this econo version here because we switched out of the always on screen. Do not disturb is that one. You've also got a alarm for your phone. It's in silent mode over there right now, and a flashlight that you can turn on that you could use. And again, you can't swipe out of this one. but you tap it to get out of it, and a music player that will play the music on your phone coming out of your phone remotely when you're Bluetooth connected and set up for that. Okay, so that's all of that stuff this way we looked at, and now we're over here to the apps. You got a few different sporting activities. You don't have GPS in this one, so it just jumps right in, starts counting. It gives you your heart rate and step count and these kind of things. 60s, interesting. I guess pace is in here, and you hit the arrow to get back. There we go. Session is too short. Understood. And that finishes it. And now we swipe it. Push the button. When in doubt, push the button. Notice it goes black now because we have it in the non-always-on mode. So that's all sporting. This, it looks like somebody doing yoga, but it's actually your breath cycling. You have the breathe in and breathe out. There's no vibration, no sound, no nothing. So you have to watch the circle to breathe along with it. And you can't set it for a different pace. So it's just a basic thing, but sometimes in traffic, it makes all the difference. Heart rate right here. Look at this. I got all kinds of records. I can only show you 2 of them. It's attempting to get the heart rate, but I'm not covering the sensors, so it's not doing it right there. But you saw the couple of them in here. When I show you the app, you'll see it's doing it every 10 minutes is what I have it set for. Blood oxygen now, you have the different readings here that you can get, and of course, it's using the red diode to get you your blood oxygen. This is a sweet watch. I want this watch. I really do. I am smitten for always-on watches. I love to just whip my wrist and see the time. Like it just did there. It just happened to time out like that. But any of these faces you can put in always on mode. That's great. We covered those 4. Here we've got last night's sleep information available, light and deep and total. I've got my weather report, and this is awesome. There you go. You're getting the current temperature, Fahrenheit or centigrade. You've got sunrise and sunset. You've got wind speed. You've got humidity and barometric pressure, and this is your UV index, and it's accurate, and it's set for the location that it's deriving from your phone that tells you where you are. Really, really good overall weather report here. This is a count up stopwatch that's just basic in hundredths of a second. And does it run outside of the app? We're out of it. We come back into it. No, it resets it, so it's only good while it's going. And then you have a countdown timer, same kind of thing, 1, 3, 5, 10-minute countdown capability, and we're back to overall settings. So in the settings, shouldn't have left that. There's a couple of more things to show you, and this is where it gets really, really fun. We played with the time, right? Now I'm going to go into here. Look at this. I've got 3 odd-looking icons. It's set on that one in the middle. I have an infinity sign. That means lock the watch face. Don't change it. This one, when I touch that one, you see it looks like a hand twisting. You think it would be light up the screen to see the time when you twist your wrist, but it's not. It is a randomizer. I'm on this watch face. If you shake your watch, there, you see it switch? It'll switch to a different watch face. By the way, this is one of my custom watch faces. You can make 2, one with digital and one with analog. Some flowers in the yard look really pretty, so I captured them and put it on the watch. Shake it again. I get my other one. Oh, you're good. Right on cue. This is the analog watch I made. The hands and all that stuff stay where they are, but you can put whatever background you want on it as well. Shake it again, and there we go. Back to a different watch face. So that one, and I'm not seeing that on any other watch. If you like variety in your life, if you're an Aquarian or a Gemini, I guess the Aquarian would love it, and the Gemini would be worried it's not the right one. I wish I would have taken the other one that I saw before this and not done it again. Anyway, yeah, if you guys know both those signs, you know what I'm talking about. Here we go. Back here, so we did that. And this one is where you actually see the little round circle. You get to choose which face you want. So now you get to see them full size. These are the ones that come pre-installed. And you have a choice of one additional face that you can add from the app. and it changes out the other face that's there. So all of these are stock except for 3 of them. One from the server, I love that one, that's the one I keep it on. One that you make yourself that's digital, one that you make yourself that's analog, and then that is the changeable one. And I just put that on so at night it's dim and it's just an easy for me to use. I want to put you back on here because that is just too cool. If I lock it, I lock it. Now, if I shake it, it doesn't change. It's going to stay on that face. You do not have the capability to press and hold. So don't forget what you saw today, that you have to go all the way over to settings and tap that icon to get into it. We showed you brightness. We showed you the timing where I can go back into always on. Should we do that? Sure, because that's what I keep it on. And then you've got information about the watch, what it is, what you look for when you're tethering, all that stuff. I think we have covered everything. Notice the button doesn't take us back now. You have to actually go back to the face. It will not turn off at this point. Let's take a look at the app. Now, I mentioned I hope that the TINWOO Pro app integrates well with the watch because it's both the same company, and not to be disappointed, it does a really nice job. First, to show you what's new, it gives you a little bit of a description of what the app is for. You can read that if you freeze frame it, but I wanted to show you down here that there's only about 1,000 downloads of this thing, and it was just updated August the 11th, which is just a few days ago. So they're actively working on this app. When you open it, you set up an account, you get registered, and you come right in like I did just now, and it's going to update itself to the step count that's on the watch. That's over on the bottom, right? 3011. Now, you saw it's like a speedometer, and you have your target that you set, and that's selectable, and you can see what percentage of your target you've reached from the app. Well done, little touches that make this much more intuitive. If you tap it, you see a bar chart that shows you your steps in the past hour. Now, realistically, my daily is 8,000, not my hourly, so I would like to see a 1/12 of that. The scale changed so that if I'm doing 1/12, then I should meet it if I don't ever sleep, right? But, you know, a different scale because it really doesn't look like I'm doing a lot when I actually am doing a decent amount. I got 3,000 steps already in this thing. But there you go. You've got that screen. Then over here, watch. Whee! I got 9.7 hours of sleep last night. Yeah, I know, way too much. You guys are so envious. Come over here. I got 2 things I want to talk about. First of all, here you go. There's the chart showing you the division between deep, light, and awake time, and you touch on any of these. If it's really thin, you don't see much, but a bigger one shows you the exact time that you were in light sleep or that you were in deep sleep. Well, that's not giving, it's got to be wide enough, but you can kind of tell down here. So you get some detailed data, like it looked like I was awake over here, and if you can hit it, you can't slide this. But if you hit it right, you can see that. Anyway, it's right there, and it'll give you the time window that you were there as well. Now this is really cool. You guys know the Aura Ring? I did a review on this. I invite you to go back and take a look at that. And there's been some updates since then. Wow, I didn't know I could do that with that finger. Huh. Oh, sorry, my mind is wandering. Wow, can you do that? That's cool. Anyway, the Aura Ring produces a chart that looks like this. And this is your heart rate throughout the night. And depending on the slope of this, you see it's kind of like a saddle. Now, it's not identifying the actual minimum sleep, your resting heart rate, but it would be down here somewhere. It is showing you the basic heart rate. Oh, good. You can touch it and you can slide it along. Well, no, you have to hit it right. Anyway, I'm about 50, 51 beats. If it's saddle-shaped, it means something. If it actually starts high and goes low and you get your heart rate down here, it shows something else. And if it starts low and it gets it up here, man, that must have been a good dream. There is an article in the Aura.com or AuraRing.com, I forget, or just check our review on it. There's a whole article about that. And this is one of the few, it's the only app I know of beside the Oura Ring, and the only watch I know of that really is set up capturing it this way, that will present that data to you. So you can learn a lot about your body, your sleep habits, and all kinds of things, your stress level, based on the pattern that the chart makes. Here's a high one right there, 92. I don't know. Anyway, the pattern that you get night after night after night, and I've only done one night, but you could cycle through these things as well. I know, I'm taking a long time, but this is cool. This is a part of why I want this watch. Always on, low power, but visible outdoors display, and it's lasting a long time battery-wise. And then this kind of stuff. Now, you notice it doesn't have blood pressure. It doesn't have a screen for... yeah, it does. I was going to say blood oxygen. It has heart rate and blood oxygen. It doesn't have blood pressure. I'm okay with that. I still don't trust blood pressure on a watch. It's very hard to get it good. And as you know, you go to the doctor's office with a cuff. You got to sit still for the whole thing. It's not... Anyway, heart rate, yeah. Blood oxygen, especially with the red diode, absolutely. Here you go. Here's my last night's chart. Now, I can't expand it. I can definitely touch it, but the part from midnight to whatever it was, there's that little saddle. So there's the same chart throughout the 24-hour period. But what's nice about the sleep cycle is it's just during the window you were asleep that you get the closer look at this thing. But again, you can touch any of them anywhere you go. It's giving you your low and your high and your average. And yeah, you can have an aberrant high like I've got. Oh, you can slide it. There you go. I don't think I went up to 131 beats. It's an error. They all do it. If I'm moving, it could happen. Unfortunately, it does track it as being real, but I would throw it out if there weren't 2 or 3 near that level. But that's, algorithm, and now you're getting into artificial intelligence and stuff. But anyway, you get that in the chart. And then, blood oxygen. You ever run your speedometer that high? I have so wanted to. I've gotten that high. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to tell you what the top out is. Probably on a Volkswagen, and 50 is the highest, right? 99, 99 across the board. I touch it, I go in, and I've only done 2 readings. This is not continuous. This is when you actually do it. But if you tap automatic, hello, he says, it goes into the measuring mode, and you'll actually get your next data entry. And so it's just showing one data entry after the other, which is why you see the date and time. But it is good if you're feeling that you need to do a blood oxygen reading. You certainly can. It's using the red diode, and of course you're going to get a decent reading out of it because of that. Manual is what I thought I would touch to be able to trigger it to start doing a reading, but I'm not sure what that button does. The measurement actually happens when you hit automatic. It sent it back, and there you go, and I'm 99 again. So that's the blood oxygen aspect of it as well. And that's just here. That's the center thing. You go over to you can set up all of your stuff. I put in female just in case it does period tracking. You have to always register as a female for that. It does not do that. But you can set all of your other stuff, including your stride length, your running stride. So good attempt at getting better distance measurements with your step count, your pedometer. This is the best you can get short of having GPS in the watch if you're actually looking at your distance. You got your age and height and gender and all that stuff. Sports now takes you into this page where you can start a sporting activity. You got your temperature. You have a choice of graphs, of maps. Google Map would show you exactly where I am with all the roads and trees and everything else on it. But I switched it to the other style here, which is a map, and it doesn't work here, so that I can actually show you this without having to cover it up. When you go in and expand it, you're going to get the whole chart of where you are, and when you lower it, you're going to get your information down here. And there's a speaker, so I presume... Well, here's how you change things. Okay, I could do hiking, for example. Oh, wow, it just kicked in. Look at that. Oh, wow, it just beeped here. What's this? Maybe it talks to you. I don't know. I haven't done one yet. Something for you guys to play with. But look, it automatically triggered it. Long press to end the exercise. 3210. Okay, and I can cancel out of here. And device, length, stuff is being reported on the watch. Awesome. That's all here in the sports. Statistics now. This is where you're getting weekly, monthly, and yearly stuff. I got a couple of days. It shows you how many times you did all these different activities on this page. And then more is where you actually can work with the watch and set up all of your things like permissions, information, push, that will send notifications to you. You can set start and end times, all of the different applications on your phone selectively. You can turn them on or off. And look at this, gang. You can turn them all on or all off and not have to go through and do them individually. If I scroll down here, there's hundreds of things on my watch, and you can individually set them all up. Heart rate monitoring we definitely have turned on, and you can again set the range, and I set midnight to midnight basically to let it go. So with always heart monitoring, with always on, what's the battery look like? It's not giving me percentages, but it's at about half now, so it's been about almost a day. So I'm guessing I could get somewhere between 1 and 2 days out of it. It totally loaded. There's the raise your wrist, sedentary reminder, hydration, medicine. These are all just simple repeating timers. You set whatever you want, the interval, and turn it on, how frequently, and the start and end time. So it's just like having 3 repeating timers in your device. Whatever you want to name them would be there. You can set an exercise heart rate alarm on this one, so when it goes outside the bracket of lowest to highest, it'll alarm you. So if you want to be staying in a fat burning zone or aerobic zone, know your zone, set them up. It doesn't do all that automatically, but you can set that up and have it do that. I don't know what this is. Compliance reminder. Maybe this is an advanced feature for COVID vaccination. And if you have it turned on, it will zap you if you aren't vaccinated. I'm not sure what compliance reminder is. I couldn't figure it out. If any of you guys know, put it in the comments down below. We'd love to hear that. Units, date and time. This is where you change the watch faces, and these are the variety of faces that you can pick any one of to replace that one. Currently is what I have. A lot of them are picture style. Not as much information on them as what are on the stock ones, but some of them have a pretty decent amount. We had it in the ladies version with the pink band, so you could play with the color combinations here. That little pastel blue with the yellow looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and do this. It first downloaded it from the server to the phone, and now you see the watch face that's on there right now. That's kind of their core default one. It always goes to if it doesn't know what to do. And down at the bottom you see it's not going to take very long, so I'll just talk through it. I think I could probably handle that. We're at about 90%, and there you go. It's done, and that's the new watch face. And of course, if I go in here and I brighten it up a bit, like so. Oh, I am in the always on mode, so I can't. Anyway, it would, wow, yeah, and you can't, a lot you can't do in the always on mode, but it would be more vivid, obviously, if I did that. But that looks pretty good with the gray band. It works. Anyway, you've got more and more and more faces. Yeah, down to there. Ooh, that's awesome. I like that copper-colored butterfly. I think I'll switch to that later. Again, you get one of those, and you get one each of a digital dial and an analog dial. And it doesn't show you what you've already loaded, but it lets you switch to a new picture and load them in. And you can't move, obviously, the analog hands around. They have to stay in the middle, but you can't move the digital ones either. They'll always be at the bottom. And that's that whole thing on the what they call screensaver settings. Alarm clock, find the device, remote camera when you're tethered, data sharing. Doesn't go anywhere. I'm not sure. And users data is weird. You have user data and you have export. Wow. Oh, this didn't have anything before, but now it does. Hey, gang, CSV files, right? I think you could export these and then import them into any app like Strava or Runtastic or Fit that would allow. Wow. way over my head and way over an unboxing review, but there you go. That might be something you can use. You can update the firmware. I needed to do that when I first got it. Make sure you check that. Make sure the watch is charged. Help about unpair the device, and that's it. So all in all, it's a very decent app for what it does, and it's also a very, very decent watch that you can, comes with the black band. You can pick up the other bands if you want to. And now, the wireless charger, got the little red light on. If it wasn't good enough as it is already, and come with a regular charger, you can also drop it, come on, drop it, onto a wireless charger, and you see it change to blue. It goes into charging mode, and you can just charge it up anytime you want to. Really, really sweet. I'm very happy with this one. It's a keeper. TINWOO, it's a 5 atmosphere as well, waterproof, and it's available from Amazon, or will be soon by the time you're seeing this. It's out of stock right now. They're stocking up on more of them at the U.S. warehouse. So when you see this review, I'm suggesting if you're interested, you might want to pick it up quickly, because I think they're going to sell out again. Alrighty, gang, you've been watching Smartwatch Ticks. Thanks for being here. Appreciate your likes on our videos, and we'll see you again soon.